Welcome to my channel, Decoding with Simeon. I'm your certified body code and belief code practitioner, and what I'm going to talk about today is something a little bit different. So there's a lot of shifts happening in the world with the US presidency changing, and Donald Trump's making a lot of changes happen with RFK Jr. Essentially, we're seeing a restructuring of the whole pharmaceutical system and also a restructuring of the whole economical system. So I want to go into a lot of detail about the new healing technologies, and I want to talk about things that can make you a lot of money with the financial system, and things that have been talked about for a long time. I've heard about these things like 4 years back at the start of, the pandemic, of how, people can make a lot of money and the abundance that's going to come through. So firstly, I just want to talk about the healing technology with the peptides. So the first one is BPC-157, which is the sequence of amino acids found in your gastric juice. And you might ask, what is a peptide? So it's a sequence of amino acids, and what these peptides, this one can be taken orally and also injected, and it works at healing the gut first, as well as healing long-term like tendon, ligament and joint issues, and it's really quite amazing. And if you look at the likes of Joe Rogan and anyone who's at the very highest level of whether it's like strength sports or combat sports, they're very popular and banned. And they're also talked about in like the regenerative medicine and stem cell research clinics that use these, not research, sorry, but the clinics that use the stem cells and the peptides. They say they get rid of about 90% of joint surgeries better than the surgery. And the bulk of the studies done on these peptides were back in around 2000 in Central Europe. It's quite interesting if you notice the way it's kept outside of UK and the US and all of the mainstream medicine controlled places. So we're gradually seeing these come to the surface, and RFK Jr. is wanting to push these out and make them available for the ordinary person. Now, last year I had some clients in Alaska, and they were going to these high-end clinics, and they were able to avail of these not surgeries, but the peptides like the BPC-157 and the peptides like TB500, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. And they're able to access these in the high-end stem cell clinics. And the other one, TB500, which is really popular for like regenerative medicine and in the highest level of sport and performance. What it does is it works off the signal of inflammation in the body. So if you've got like a long-term joint injury, the body is going to create a signal of inflammation. So that signal of pathway through that peptide is going to act as like the scaffold for your stem cells to work off, so it can go into that injury and heal it, which is incredible for long-term injuries that are very difficult to heal from. We know we know loads of people who suffer with long-term joint issues. And another thing just to mention, back at the start of the pandemic we heard about XRP and XLM, and I've seen some of the government, US government legislation that's linking the US government to the XRP system. And it's funny, isn't it, that it hasn't moved in 4 years, and in the last week since Donald Trump's been won his presidency, both of them have gone up 80%. Yesterday it was over 100%, but it's corrected a little bit. It's over 80% now for XRP and XLM at the moment of me making this video, which is very interesting that it hasn't moved in all that time. And then there's all of the energy, and all of the market cap went from like 30 billion to 60 billion in like the last week. So there's a lot of movement happening with it. So it's something to keep an eye on, and there's people saying that there could be a switch over on the back end of the banking system, and we know that all money is just interest on debt that's paid back through the taxpayer. Sorry. And it is the greatest pyramid scheme of all time. So hopefully, with all of the shifts and changes in the world, we're going to see a system, a gold-backed currency that's going to be beneficial for the people. And I want to offer my services with the body code and belief code. If there's any, anything holding you back from accepting that abundance, from tuning in to, the things that will make your life the most abundant, because we all have these baggages and things that hold us back, whether it's from, our childhood or it's from bad relationships. It can create, repeating cycles that, and we've all got blind spots, so it's important to clear them and remove them to help us move forward. And it's really exciting the times we're in now, because I think we're going to see a restructuring of the financial system and the medical system. We'll have a medical system designed to make people healthy, and I think it's going to be so beautiful. So please subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching.